Welcome back to Unfiltered Conversations. This is episode 5 of the podcast with yours truly, Kelly Mack, and
your girl, White Square, Coach Yolanda, all of those.
All those. You know, she got about 12 different names. I got but one. Kelly with a Y, Mac, M-A-C. Holla at your peoples.
Right.
All right. So today, as you see, we have a young man joining us for today's podcast.
Yes.
And some of you all may know him from the radio. Some of you all may know him from the national comedian platform. Some of y'all may know him from Monique, who's been in the news lately. Ooh, she went in on Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry just last week. But also, Tonex is your husband, your business partner,
baby
and so
daddy,
much more.
husband,
And baby daddy,
boyfriend, business partner, baby daddy, client, best friend.
Client too?
Yes, best friend, client.
Yes.
He's a client. Well, I've been managing his career. You know what I mean?
His entire career,
exactly, for the last 20-some years, so I can say client. But without further ado, let me introduce this phenomenal man, Mr. Tony.
Can we hear those vocals? Come on, just say something.
Thank you. Beautiful ladies.
The $1 million voice.
Yes.
$1 million vocal chords.
Yes.
Okay, I'm on the podcast. I'm here.
How does it feel to be on me and Kelly Mack's podcast? Unfiltered Conversations.
Ooh, all this testosterone in between, all this estrogen. Like we're gonna get close and rub it off. Yes.
That's all right. That's all right.
He love it. He a sandwich tonight.
I know he is.
Between ebony and honey.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm proud of y'all doing your thing.
Thank you.
Getting in the podcast game. So, I mean, and it looks good, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
So, I mean, I'm proud of y'all. I'm just glad to be here.
Well,
Thank
we're glad
you.
to have you.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, Yolanda, I want to start with a conversation we had behind the scenes when we were getting ready to do After I Do the Game show. We were in the guest room, the dressing room, and we were getting our makeup done, our face beat, and all that. And Tonex came in. And he educated us on ketosis. Did I say that right? Ketosis? And how he recently lost this weight with an all liquid diet and how he put his body in ketosis. It was confusing AF to me, but I know that he lost at least 20 pounds because, you know, when I saw him last, it was like, oh, hey, Tom. And then this time it was like, oh, hey, Tom, what you been doing? So let's talk about that.
Ketosis is when you start to burn internal fat, visceral fat, which is around your abs, locks in around body parts like your liver. And it's the hardest part of your body to lose, especially for men. That's where the love handles come in, when you start looking like Patrick from SpongeBob.
Oh.
And fellas, listen,
SquarePants.
love handles is not cute. If your lady let you walk around and you got love handles and she don't say nothing, she is plotting on your downfall, okay? She really don't care about you. And she might be hitting somebody else on the side, but listen.
Oh, wait a minute. Did Yolanda talk to you about your love handles?
She talked to me about my chest is where it started. And she was like getting soft. One time she told me I was getting soft.
Oh.
Like a marshmallow.
Tell no man want to hear that.
And I was like, what kind of shit is that? So I was
Well, no, that's about, well, we're honest in our relationship. So we're talking about the ketosis. We're going to talk about relationships.
It's the way you said
it.
it. So the ketosis comes into effect. I did a 7-day water fast.
Okay.
And I did 3, 5.
I didn't say it in a nice way.
Whoa, wait a minute. Can I rewind? Did he say he did 7 days of water only, a water fast?
He
Did
did
you
a
really do
7-day
that?
water
I
fast.
want you to be honest. No Doritos, no liquor, no nothing. Just all water.
right now.
7 days.
Of nothing but water. I wanted
Water,
that-
herbal tea,
and that's
and
it.
Coffee. Black coffee.
No sugar, no cream. Just
Because
like your wife.
Black
Ow.
coffee, no sugar, no cream.
Black coffee is used as a suppressant for your appetite.
Okay.
So I would drink a cup of black coffee in the morning. You drink water all day. You can have some herbal tea. But that's the basis of it. And
What did it do for you? 7 days of nothing but black coffee, herbal tea, and water. What did it do in 7 days?
day number 3, ketosis kicks in. And then from then on, the furnace is burning. Your skin clears up. the dead cells that are inside of your body. They get pushed out, flushed out. You get new cells to replace them. Your vision, you get sharper. Your eyes get whiter.
Wow.
Mentally, you get sharper. Your energy increases. Your blood sugar levels level out.
Okay.
Because you don't have any sugar. Your heart rate slows down.
And so let me ask you this. I don't mean to interrupt you.
But you did.
No, well, I don't mean to, but I mean.
You did.
Well,
hey, listen, when people say, I don't mean to interrupt, they're getting ready. And that's just like when people say, with all due respect. If somebody say that, they're getting ready to say some nasty stuff after that. So when people say, I don't mean to interrupt, but go ahead, because you
Okay,
interrupt.
yeah, I mean, we were going on and on. I wanted to be able to interject because I didn't know how many things you were going to name of what it does. So I wanted to be able to ask a question on that too. To say, what was the reason, what made you go on the ketosis diet? What made you do the water fast in the beginning?
Because I was doing research on it. It was a jump start to burning fat. And plus it was something I wanted to see if I could do. It's all mental. So I wanted to see if I had the discipline to do it. And I did. Because I remember day 5, I was telling Yolanda about it. She was like, well, you did 5 days. You could stop.
Yeah, see, for me, it was extreme.
And
For me, I felt
nah.
like 7 days is extreme.
Nah, because you had 5. You got to finish. So that's why I did it. Number one, to see if I could do it. I saw the effects of it because I had been doing research on it and I'm getting information on it. And then because I wanted to start the process of burning fat because I got tired of how I was looking and my clothes wasn't fitting right. So that's a major part of it. How a man looks in his clothes is a big deal. So
it's a big deal for the ladies too.
Yes, exactly. Men
Yes.
and ladies, speaking of that. So that's good. This show is about really just getting to know you. I know a lot of people know that, of course, we are in a relationship. We're married, have been together for 26 years.
So we're in a
I like to
relationship.
say that. We're in a relationship.
That's how old I am,
yes.
26 years.
Right.
Okay.
But I think it's I'm excited to have you on our podcast and in this. I know we do a lot of things together. We used to have a podcast, Grown Conversations, that we hosted together. But to me, this is a different format because Unfiltered Conversations is a platform just like Grown Conversations, but we can speak our truth. We dive deep, but we speak free. And there's no topic that's off limits. And so that's the reason why we named it Unfiltered Conversations, because we want to get down and talk about what y'all talk about in the barbershops the same way we talk about what we talk about in our girl circles. And I appreciate you being here and sharing this dynamic with us because I know you're going to give the real like you always
Yes,
do.
he always
Like
has.
you always
Now
do.
you can't.
And I just want to say, I've been knowing Tony X since 2017.
Yeah.
And he's always been 100 since day one. So I want to say I appreciate that because you've spilled so many jewels upon my life and people that are connected to me. And we thank you for that. That's why we wanted to have you here.
Your uncle's favorite uncle, but
Yeah.
My uncle's favorite uncle,
you
y'all.
you can't talk about what we talk about in the barbershop.
Well, the reason why I said what I'm meaning
You
is
can't talk about that.
conversations, maybe not verbatim, everything you all talk about, but I do want to say that I think it's important when men and women are able to come together and have conversations.
Agreed.
And because that's how we get to know one another.
Well, what do y'all talk about in the beauty salons?
Oh, several things. I mean, there may be situations with your man,
Men.
Makeup,
men,
hair,
Men.
sex.
life, sex,
Yeah.
Men.
Finances,
Men.
but we talk about how broke we are. We never
Yeah.
talk about how we trying to be wealthy. Oh, we need to change that, right?
Change that
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be like, girl, you
Right,
gonna charge me $150 for this?
Right.
You know I got a sensitive scalp and I'm gonna wash this out in 8 days.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to pay that. But
Right.
yes,
You should
so
never
we talk
tell the
about.
universe you broke.
Right. No, that's yes.
Never tell the universe
Well,
you
it's
broke.
not about the universe. It's just the stylist.
No, don't you tell nobody you broke, because you ain't broke.
Yeah.
You ain't broke. You ain't broke.
Well, we know that, right? We know that. It's about a mindset and about a mindset, having a mindset of wealth. But what we want to talk about again is just get to know you, get to know Tom
What you want to know?
What do you want to tell us?
I mean,
I got questions. I think we should
Kelly,
tag
ask
team
him a
them.
I'm
question.
an only child.
You're an only child.
My mom's
Oh,
only
yeah.
child. My
Okay.
dad was a Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling. Yeah, he was like that.
Wherever Lee laid his head was his home.
From Wilmington, North Carolina, Port City.
City, Wilmington, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the
All right,
military.
let's ask you
engineer,
this. All right, we're
lived
going
in
to tag
Germany,
team them.
So we're gonna tag
but
team.
prostitution was legal.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so let's
a
go
lot-
there.
I spent a lot of money
The
in Germany.
most fascinating thing
Spent a lot.
that Tonex has ever shared with me, your husband, is that if I would have known then what I know now, I would have chosen dual citizenship for Germany and America. I would have never given up my citizenship there because you were in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because everything that you're trying to get in the United States now, Germany had then. You're trying to get free health care for every citizen. Germany had that. You're trying to get your kids to go to college for free. Germany had that. Over in Germany, you get one driver's license. It's hell to get, but you keep it the rest of your life. Germany is cleaner. The United States, the transit system was more advanced in the United States. I'm a car enthusiast, so I used to go to the Mercedes-Benz plant on the weekend. Once you drive on the Autobahn, that's the ultimate rush to drive
The fastest freeway ever.
on a superhighway with no speed limit. So it was just a lot about Germany that was super dope. And if you compare the two now, it's like, how did they have that when I was there and
Yeah.
you still
Trying to
don't have
figure
it
it
in
out.
2024? So dual citizenship, and it was just greener, it was just cleaner, it was just nicer. And I always tell her that I would like to take her back because I'm the best tour guide. And I could just show her where I was and I could just show her why I like Germany. But she knows my heart is in Costa Rica. So that's where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
For real, for
Yeah.
real.
So it's funny you say that because a lot of folks that I know, particularly people of color, Hispanics and blacks, would either like to go to Costa Rica or they would like to go to Panama. I don't know why. I don't know how the two intertwine, but I hear that often. Can you elaborate on that?
I want to say just before you do elaborate on it, just to kind of bring something in, because I did experience that, and I understand. I have not gone to Costa Rica yet, and we've not been to Panama, but we went to the Dominican Republic, and that kind of experience that I felt, and I feel like they're all similar within some kind of way, but it really, really was a different vibe. It was a different energy coming off the plane, the way the people received us, and even the cost of living over there. We are living in poverty over here. Even the ones, you know what I mean? If you're not making, if you're not in that 1%, you basically living in poverty right now. And over there, those people who are living in poverty, you would be considered millionaires, wealthy, rich, and all of that. So that was a eye-opener to me, understanding the dynamic of how it's a rat race and a struggle over here. And then you can go over there somewhere like that and you're received, and the energy that you give, the information that you know, all of that. So I'm open to being able to be a dual citizen. And
Okay
live
then,
out of the
yeah.
country.
I know my husband wants to be a dual citizen between Jamaica and America. But going back to Germany,
Yeah, you can
Costa
ask
Rica, and Panama, can you give us some type of comparison between the two? Panama, you speak very highly of Germany, but you said you would like to be in Costa Rica. But what is the tie-in? Because I know you know.
The tie-in is energy.
Okay.
The tie-in is there's nothing that says you have to live your whole life in one place. And you don't have to stay in the United States your whole life. They messed up when they let me live in Germany at 18. So I experienced life outside the United States, and I know things are different. And the thing about it is longevity.
Yeah. Anything about what you've done in life, one thing, and do it over again, what would that one thing be?
One night I had a temper flare, and I yelled out at my mom, and it shook her. And she told me, she said, one day your kid's gonna hurt you like you hurt me. And that came to be true this week. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have handled that situation totally different. Totally different. And so I use episodes like that to try to handle episodes totally different now.
And they can be quite humbling. And I know that that's something you always shared from the beginning, is that, you lost your mom and it was one of the most traumatic things of your life. But for you to be living and learning through it, I commend you, and I appreciate your transparency and vulnerability tonight.
Thank you, Black Panther.
Yes.
What you got?
Well, I know everything. So any other
Ask
questions?
a question, boo.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a question.
Hey, yo,
out of my
Tone X,
head.
do you play any musical instruments? Yes, I do. I used to play the piano for my mom's junior choir. One night, the piano player quit, and my mom left to go to the store. And she had the songs that they were going to be singing that Sunday on the piano. And when she got home, I told her to sit down. And I played every song from the Sunday service that Sunday by ear. So I started playing the piano for my mom. My mom thought that I was going to be a singer because I've been singing since I was 3 years old. That's what I used to do in Wilmington. That's what they knew me for. The comedy came later on because I was always a class clown in school. So yeah, I play musical instruments, play trombone in the band, play little drums, but I play piano by ear.
Okay.
That's what's up.
What
What
you got?
scares you? What scares you?
Dying and not having anything left for my kids.
Are you a procrastinator?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a procrastinator. I've been procrastinating since I was a kid because I was very smart. So I would have a project that was due, and I'd know about it about 2 weeks, but I'd wait till the night before and
You
do it
sound like my son.
and still get an A. So
Yeah.
I'm one of them people who think that I got time, and until the time is then, and I still think I can do it. And you see me do stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a procrastinator. That's something that I have to get over because procrastination is
The assassination
the,
of time.
thief
The
of success.
assassination of time.
So, you can't be too successful procrastinating. You can't do that. That's a fear thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Next question.
Going back to procrastination, I think we all do it. Whether it's I'm gonna get this coffee, I'm gonna get this breakfast sandwich, I'm gonna take this shower, I'm gonna put this lotion on my feet. Whatever we're doing to procrastinate to getting our tasks of the day done. What is the most brutal lesson that you have learned as it pertains to procrastination? Something that you either lost or a brutal lesson that you learned by procrastinating?
I've lost opportunities to perform by waiting to call somebody back. I've lost money by waiting to email somebody back. I've lost opportunities because by the time I got back to the person, what they were calling me about was already either done or it was already filled. So when you wait, they always say wait is what broke the wagon down, but when you wait, you give somebody an opportunity to get in front of you.
Yeah.
So you go back to the Godfather movie, which is one of my favorite movies. The lawyer, when he went out to the movie producer's house when the boy was trying to get that part to sing, and he said he'll never get the part, and he got up from dinner. And he was like, can you call me a car, take me to the airport? And he was like, well, we right in the middle of dinner. He was talking, he was like, the Godfather like to know bad news as soon as it happens.
Yeah.
So that's the way that we should move. You want to, Yolanda always talk about leads. You want to treat life like detective work. As soon as you come across a lead, you want to start working it because you never know what will come up out of it. So
Yeah, the law of distraction is so real.
It is.
And so it will keep us from doing what we need to do to be on our mark or to not procrastinate. So that's the reason why something comes to my mind. If I know I need to move on it, I'll move on it. And it's aggravating sometimes because I'm sure I get on your nerves, right?
You get on my nerves too.
You get like both y'all get on my nerves too. They get on my
Just saying.
But to me, iron sharpens iron. You
No,
know what I mean?
it's true.
And that's how we are able to grow and be better together.
Yeah.
Next question.
And I just want to kind of piggyback off of what Yolanda was saying before we go to the next question.
it should be called Heckle and Jekyll.
I was in a seminar recently, and I have an event venue space where people can come and rent it out for celebratory occasions and seminars and so on and so forth. But somebody that we paid to come to their seminar, she said, if you don't call those leads back within an hour or two, they done already called 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 other people.
Yeah.
And At the moment, it didn't seem like it made sense.
Yeah.
But when I saw that we were losing business because we weren't following up on those leads, then my mindset and my approach changed. So I can appreciate and respect what you said. You know what I'm saying? Because people live in a society where everything is on demand. I want answers now. I want to look at this now. I don't want to watch your podcast at 7 o'clock on Sunday, but I watch it at 3 p.m. on Tuesday because that's when I take my lunch break, my first lunch break of the week. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you for bringing that up, but you also for reinforcing that sometimes you just got to go. And something you said to me early on, our mission while we were forming this podcast is we're not going to wait. We're not going to try to do it perfect. We're going to get out there, give them what we got, and then we'll perfect it along the way. So kudos to you for having that mindset, because I am not the person that can go into a whole house that's been framed out and be like, oh, this is going to be the living room. This is going to be the kitchen. This is going to be the bedroom. This is going to be the pantry. I'm like, oh, I don't think that this is going to be big enough. But you can see beyond the beams and the framing. So I love that about you.
Thank you, sister.
We balance each other.
Yes. We absolutely do. I totally agree on that. Tonex, tell the people something that they don't know. I don't know.
I don't know why they ain't asking me. They're asking like that. Hey, Tonex, what's your favorite color?
Those are basic. So we want to get some real stuff.
The people don't know.
Is it blue?
My favorite color is blue.
That's after I do.
All right. My favorite color is blue. Tone, when were you born? November 17th. I'm a Why would you answer? They know you know. You just told them you knew. I'm a Scorpio. All right, Tony, you're only child. Yes, I'm an only child. What's an advantage or a disadvantage in being an only child? A disadvantage is you basically do everything yourself, or it's generated through your parents. The advantage is you do everything yourself, and it's basically generated through your parents. So you're gonna grow up not wanting to share shit. All right, so you're gonna have to get with somebody who can open that side up, especially if you never had any siblings. Now I had siblings; they were step, but that's a whole another discussion.
But I want to tap into that a little bit, because Kelly, on a show that we had not too long ago, you talked about being the middle child, right?
Yes.
And you said that felt almost like an only child type syndrome in a sense, right? Or
you felt like you were
the black sheep.
You were left out and you were the black sheep.
Gotcha.
So you have the firstborn, you have the firstborn boy, you know, so you have the eldest, you have the youngest, and then I'm stuck in the middle, and it's like, well, where do I find my footing? Where do I find my place? But I have a son, and he's the only child, and he goes through a lot of what you go through, and I think it's just so ironic, because although he's my only child, he's still, look, his daddy was a hoe, y'all. So my son has at least 11 siblings.
Wow.
But I've only had one come out of me.
It's funny that you say that, because Tone was an only child, but he has other siblings too.
See, so
because his father, I won't say was a hoe, he was a Rolling Stone. So he liked to roll
my baby daddy was a hoe.
He liked to roll his stones in other homes.
My dad liked variety.
Yeah. But I always tell Tone that he has the only child syndrome.
Yeah.
Because there's times when it's almost, this is how I feel, this is how I think, and so this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I come from the oldest of 3 siblings, there's 4 of us, and so we would go back. Like, we would have debates.
Yeah.
So just because this is what you think and what you say, that's not how it's going to go. So
how has that affected your relationship as husband and wife?
How would you say it's affected it?
I mean, it's the same thing. You have to take time to get over traits that you've been doing all your life. Only kids don't need nobody around them. We function. I can go somewhere. All my comedy shows I used to drive and go by myself. Because I'm cool. I'm cool being alone. I'm cool being by myself. I'm cool going to a city with nobody. Checking into a hotel, walking around, driving around. Like, to an only child, that's fun. Like, that's the makeup.
Yeah.
We have to learn to fit in when you start talking about dealing with other people and crowds. And one of the hardest people to get to like you is an only child. Because only children don't have to like nobody. Because we don't have any siblings. All we got is our parents. And what are parents going to do? Make sure that our only child is straight.
It's straight.
So if we don't like Jimmy,
Right.
your mama be like, call Jimmy mama. Hey, Helen, Jimmy can't come over no
here
more.
no more.
Yes.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh gosh.
We don't, and that's how it is. So you
we don't like
relate.
it.
That's
you take that same mind state as you
Into
get older.
adult.
I'm 56. I'll tell Yolanda quick. I don't like him. And Yolanda be like, well, damn.
Right.
And she'll be like, well, why? I don't like him.
period.
Right.
No
That's
ifs,
it.
ands, or
And
buts.
that's that
No
only
need to
child
explain.
thing. And you
Yeah.
have to, and things like that.
Because I'm like, we got to talk about it. You can't just say that.
Only child, because
Because you're used to debating. You're
Right.
used
Yeah.
to going back and forth with siblings.
Yeah.
our only
as
child will
am
go in
I.
the room.
Yeah.
Our only child will go in the room and talk to herself 2 hours. Have a full-fledged conversation. Be just, okay, here you go. I'm 56. Ask Yolanda how many stuffed animals I got.
Yeah.
I know
That's
you got a
function.
few because I
Okay,
used to work with you.
My son gave me a sloth. His name is Sammy Danny. Ask Yolanda every time I leave the house, do I
You
have
take
him in
Sammy
my
Danny
arm
with him.
like a kid? He sit in the front seat, and me and Sammy Danny bounced up. That's all I need right there.
Yeah.
Yolanda, my kids, and Sammy Danny, and my LeBron James doll, and I'm good. So it's something that you have to learn. It's
Yes.
something that you don't want to put on people. All right, but it's something that somebody has to understand about you so they can balance that out. That's why I always say, ladies, stop telling yourself you're going to change a man
Yeah.
because you can't. You know why?
Right.
Because your perspective is nothing like how a man thinks. And if you think when you speak, that's how your man is thinking too, you are totally mistaken.
Yep.
That's why we sit on the couch and look at you like a deer in headlights, because we're trying to tell you that's not what we're thinking, but you think it is. And fellas, you can't do nothing to a woman's mindset until you understand how women function. Once you understand
Right.
how women function, then you can tap in to that. Men are physical, that's the
Women are
logical prince.
emotional.
Yeah.
Women are emotional. A logical and an emotional conversation cannot coexist. Somebody is going to have to take a back step. So
Yes.
listen, okay?
Period.
We have more questions to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back though.
No.
I'm going to come back.
You better come
G
back.
counting
And,
us down.
and
Yeah.
let
I'ma
me just
come
say
back.
this. We want you back on the
Yeah,
podcast.
absolutely.
And one thing I will say, you know, as far as what you said, my grandparents used to always tell me, my grandfather and my grandmother, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I appreciate you saying, get to know a woman, how she thinks, how she operates, and then bring your perspective in. So, Tonex, we appreciate you
Yes.
being a part of our show for Unfiltered Conversations, Episode 5. Episode 6 is next Sunday
I
at
ain't
7
telling how to
p.m.
follow me.
Yes. Oh, how can they find
At
you?
Tone X Comedy, because the algorithm is cheating me out of followers. I've been on the number that I'm on now for 5 years. I should have over 100,000 followers. At Tone X Comedy. Download the Raw 704 app and catch me Saturdays 12 to 3.
Yes. We'll see you next time.